Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is the Brodega podcast, the podcast for bros by bros. He is Tommy, and I'm Cole.
What's up, guys?
This is actually a very special episode. I know we've been away. There's a myth behind the madness there, and this episode is essentially going to be centered around what the future of the podcast is going to look like.
Oh, yeah, big changes.
Yep, and I think we got some good things coming in the future, but I know we missed about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
A mixture of just being sick, family problems, work, just a lot of things on top of it really piled on. So for anybody that's tuning into this, I appreciate the loyalty and tuning in to watch this, because I know one thing that is always said by podcasters is you got to be relevant and continue to put out episodes. But
be consistent, yeah.
We do have full-time jobs and families, and sometimes that gets in the way.
Full-time.
Yeah. So, just, I don't know, it's supposed to be a time where you kind of relax, but honestly, I think for the both of us, it's been kind of a time of just...
This Christmas holiday that we're supposed to be on right now have been chaotic, dude. It's been, supposed to be on, day off, and I've been on, day on.
Yeah. I was on, day on.
Yeah.
Took a knee, day on.
Yeah.
So it's just funny for both of us. Is the month of December is a time where we're told to, like, hey, take a knee, gather yourself, be ready to hit it hard at the beginning of the year.
Get ready for the new year, yeah.
And that's been a fucking lie.
Definitely been busy for sure.
But yeah, like I said, this is a special episode. This is more of a informational episode. Just we sat down for a little while and kind of talked about what we want to do this year with the Brodega. And I say the Brodega as foreshadowing. The main thing is like we want to grow this into something bigger.
Absolutely. And
we want to have fun with it. I want to get to the point where we have room to do some crazy shit.
Yeah.
You know? I've always wanted to be an entertainer, and I know back in COVID you were starting to Twitch stream and everything, and I know you had desires there. So what we want to do is we really want to bring enjoyment to people.
Yeah, in all avenues.
Yeah. So,
I mean, the best thing right now is we have a lot of things like happening. Like, you got things happening that different things. You got a plan for your office, and now we got an even better plan now. And then, I'll be moving here soon. I'm actually getting ready to sell my house. I'll be moving and then being able to put my own touch on the new place. And so we have a lot of content coming up.
Definitely. And that's what the big thing is going to be. And just talking to Tommy, I was bringing up how, like, a lot of guys, like, a lot of famous people obviously have podcasts, and they already have that following. So they already have the audience to push it out and say, listen to my podcast, right? We're obviously two freaking schmoes.
Yeah.
And, we don't have that following. And then one thing that I was noticing was a lot of people that go into podcasting had some type of media that they transferred that audience to their podcast. It wasn't just the podcast. It was an addition to their media.
Yeah. Like, we're very fortunate even for the views that we have.
Yeah.
Like, we're actually doing pretty good for people.
Brand new people, yeah.
Just, family and friends have been sharing everything. So, we definitely appreciate you guys on, growing the podcast what it is currently.
Yeah, we're totally grateful for that. And like you said, we're, like, based off the numbers, we're doing better than most people starting out. But I think our attitude, how both of us are, our attitude of not being satisfied with the current situation, with anything. Like, for instance, you're always finding a hobby or a way to, like, improve your living area or anything like that. And I think what I'm really getting at is I think that personality trait of trying to always find how can I be better, how can I do more is something that we're always looking at. We want to make this bigger than two dudes sitting here in a room, like who knows, maybe we grow it into something huge. But
Absolutely.
I think one thing you have to have is the drive, and I think both of us have that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And after collaborating a little bit, we decided that the show's not going away.
No.
I probably should have started off with that. But what we decided was, instead of being the Brodega podcast, this will still be the Brodega podcast.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to move into Brodega Media.
Mm-hmm.
Official name to be determined.
Yeah.
Maybe that is going to be the name. But that was the name we've kind of come up with. And essentially what that means is we want to do the podcast, but we also want to have a footprint on the YouTube side, the Twitch side,
Mm-hmm.
and different platforms like that.
Yeah.
And hopefully we can grow our audience, and this show can be elevated, and we have an all-around background.
Yeah.
So we're trying
to be well-rounded and everything. Just the biggest thing for us is we have like all these shifts in our life about to happen, so it would be a great time to document everything we're about to do. Because really, the things that I know you and I both look on YouTube or watch on YouTube are the things that are pretty much, about to happen to us, essentially.
Yeah.
So just like we were talking about earlier, like we might as well bring it up now, but like, just like how you have your shed that you're going to be transforming into. Did you figure out a name?
I think I'm going to go with that name.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's something that we're going to. So, on our YouTube channel, we're going to have some playlist, right?
Mm-hmm.
And before I announce it, I've been looking at building a man cave.
Yes.
And, one of the people that inspired me was Tommy being in his man cave, right? And, one character trait I have is when I do something, I never half-ass it, I whole-ass it.
Yeah.
And I'm watching all these YouTube videos, and I'm watching these guys. I'm like, I don't want to be a hater, but I'm watching them. I'm like, I could do way better than that.
Yeah. Some of the stuff I'm watching too, I'm like, even like my setup, like my computer setup, or even just like my room, I'm like, in all of it's like, when it's fully going, like everything's lit up, everything's like the mood set.
It's fucking sick.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's just, I feel like, man, like I have this whole room dedicated to like my hobbies and everything like that. And I feel like my room, my man cave that I have can compete with dudes who are, doing the same thing essentially. And I'm like, I would blow most of these dudes out of the water with the setup I have in here.
And like, that's what I'm really getting at. As I'm watching these, I'm trying to get inspiration from other people, but at the same time, I'm looking at what they're doing. I'm like, oh, that's cool. But I'm sitting there going, I can do way better than that.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the view counts of these videos, like 500,000 views,
Yeah.
1 million. Like, I'm like, that's one of the things is just, it's not like, one of those things where it's harder than it looks. I know I can do better than that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to do this. So one thing that we're going to document is what we're deeming my oasis.
Yeah.
That's what it's going to be called. I got a shed.
Yeah.
And
the craziest thing, like, so Cole, like, he has like, 3-bedroom house and everything like that, but he had a perfect like office bedroom. Like it would have been a perfect office. It's just a little bit smaller than mine, but like it would have been enough to where like a little bit would have gone a long way in this room. You know what I mean? And I was like, all right. I was like, that's pretty legit. And he's like, things have changed, so I'm like, I have to find a different place for him. So we're looking at like a closet. We're looking at like various like somewhere in your room like type of thing. And I was just like it's great, but it's like it's not going to give you as much fulfillment as like what an actual office would do. And then not to like even to like say about like your PC, like we're going to be building like your PC and everything like that. So that's a whole video. Like us going up to Micro Center, buying the parts, then putting it together, then building the Oasis, stuff like that. So it's going to be like a chain of events. Yeah, I think it's going to be great. So like when you say shed, you have to like really like, because as soon as like I think of shed, I'm like, it's just a thin sheet metal.
You put your fucking lawnmower and your spare shit in there.
Yeah.
And that's what I was getting at was, so Tommy had been out of town, and I was texting about like, hey, I'm not gonna be able to use this room, and I'm like, dude, I really got two spots, either my garage, which I really don't want to do,
Which wouldn't be
or
bad either. Your garage is really nice, and you have that insulated door. It's
yeah,
just if you're gonna have to run the AC
yeah,
all of summer in there.
and then I was like, or my shed, and Tommy's response was like a really respectful, like, that's really dumb. Don't put it in a shed. But like, he didn't know what my shed is. It's
Yeah.
like you said, you know, when most people think of a shed, they think of something like plastic or some flimsy wood, and you should put your shit in there. You mostly
Yeah.
your outdoor shit, right? But the guy I bought it from, you could tell this was gonna be his like get away from the wife.
Yeah.
It's got support beams.
It's a mini house.
It's
It's framed like a house.
Yeah.
Like, and the reason I know this because like my dad's like real, like he's done this shit, and I've done this shit with him. And I'm looking around, I'm like, bro, you put a kitchen in here and a bathroom, you have a studio apartment in this fucking place. Like, it is insane
So
how good of quality this shed is.
it was just funny when I opened the door to it. You're like, oh fuck, and
Yeah.
and like it has a circuit breaker box. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't just have electricity; it has its own circuit breakers.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, this could be fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably the first announcement is we are building Cole's Oasis,
Yeah.
right? My man cave.
So we're gonna do everything. It's currently framed and everything that there's like, it has bare wood, the bare wood frames on there, so we'd have to drywall and stuff like that. And Cole has a design in mind that he wants to go with, so we'll be it's gonna be a process. It's not gonna be a 1 day thing. But even just like hanging the drywall is gonna be, then painting it, maybe putting down floors, stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be a process, but the vision that I have for it, and I'm pretty sure the vision you have for it, it's gonna be insane when it's done.
I think it is too.
And it's just so awesome because it's like it is legit gonna be like a little house that's just like has like potentially a bar, or your whole PC setup in there and everything like that. So
Dude, I think about it every day.
Yeah.
Like what I want to do.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's gonna be one of our big first videos is gonna be setting up the Oasis, and it's gonna be multi-part.
Yeah.
But that's gonna be one of our main starting points. Another one for you is moving in your house, starting your new man cave.
Yeah, so we'll be documenting me. So I think the current set I have now is nice, but I'm definitely gonna switch up a lot of things. Like I'm gonna go with a way bigger desk. I just have like a standard gaming desk right now, and then I may keep this type of setup where have all my computer stuff in this dresser here. But I'm definitely gonna make it a lot different. So I didn't really I want to paint. Like I have an idea. I want it to be a lot darker than this room currently is now.
Yeah.
RGB everything out. It currently is, but just
Even more.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, so I don't really have like a full plan on what I want to do yet. I still have to buy another house and stuff like that to even start that process. But I'm definitely gonna have another man cave like I have in here.
Yeah. So and I'm excited to do that
Mhm.
with you too, because you and I we have similar personalities, but we have different personalities. So I think it'll be kind of cool to see our creativity and our personalities come out in our man caves.
Oh yeah.
And this is the Brodega podcast, right?
Mhm.
Hey, I mean, like if you look at our viewer statistics, it's 99% dudes,
Yeah.
right? So man cave right up the bro alley.
Yeah.
Shit's not changing. We're just we're going from first gear to second gear.
Yeah.
So that's two things right off the bat. The other one Tommy kind of already said already is I'm going to be building my own PC.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that I think is crazy is, and it's still kind of around today, but I remember back when I was a kid, like if you had a computer, like a gaming computer and all that, you were a fucking nerd.
Yeah.
Now everybody has them.
Yeah.
Or everybody at least games on an Xbox or PlayStation. Like everybody's gaming.
Yep.
And it's funny how like our generation, that's the norm. So
Yeah.
like I would go off on a tangent and say that most dudes have some type of gaming they
Setup
like to
now,
do.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like I got a buddy who's really into cars. He still has an Xbox.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
absolutely.
So that's the other one is I'm going to be building my PC. Like he said, we're going to go up to a Micro Center. It's a big just PC part store.
Yeah.
And
Imagine just like a toy store for people who are into PCs. It's nothing but every component of a PC and every single different brand of it. Once we go there, we're gonna walk out with your full PC setup.
Yeah. So
that's just how it is.
We're gonna go up there, and it's gonna be my chance to feel like a rapper and be like, "How much?" And yeah, so that'll be their one is buying the PC, building it, going over the specs, all that, and that's something that I never thought I would be able to do or even want to do, and I think really cool to say I built this and show other people that a big dumb idiot like myself can do it. So can you?
Yeah, it's very doable. It was very because I built mine last November. I think my first PC that I had. I mean, my PC's been through. I think that out of my current PC, the only thing that is original is my motherboard.
If your PC was a PowerPoint presentation, you would be on like version 12.
Yeah, yeah. I've been through so many different graphics cards, CPUs, radiators, like fans, cases. I mean, this, like I said, the only thing original on my PC is my motherboard.
I think that what I'll say about you and PCs is I think that's the one hobby that you've like legitimately continued to do and stick with. It's just like knowing computers, knowing specs, knowing equipment, and that's why I'm cool because I know I got that professional there, right?
Yeah.
But I think it'll also be cool for viewers to see like how easy it is because even just watching other people do it,
my plan with it is just to be there, and just make sure you don't do anything crazy.
I don't want you to touch it.
Yeah, I just want to just be like,
don't do that, retard.
This is the standard process of how we're gonna start it, and then just keep I'm just there for supervision. I don't plan on doing anything with it because it is it's like a sacred thing of you doing your own, building your own PC. You know what I mean?
100%, and like that's what I want it to be.
Absolutely.
And so that'll be. Essentially, you got 3 main series that we're doing right there. Beginning of the year.
Yep.
You're going to be seeing that. And the other one that you will be seeing is Tommy and I have decided the reason why there's no alcohol here currently and all that. And him and I, we've got the holidays and shit like that coming up. And I'll say back in 2019 before COVID, I felt like I was in very peak performance physically.
And I'm quite the opposite. Right now, I actually feel pretty good. I'm probably the lightest I've been in quite a few years, and I've been running a lot. However, though, I do want to hit the next tier of things I want to do. 2019, bro, this was before that that last 2 deployments, and I was thick.
Yeah.
I was thick, dude.
Uniform was screaming.
It was, dude. On our flight uniforms, we have those the Velcros, and the guys who are lighter are able to strap them down. And myself, I completely cut mine off. I'm like, fuck this.
So yeah, we have this joke that so on our uniform tops we have this Velcro strap that goes around your waist, and if yours is like your Velcro's on like the last teeth, or you just like tucked it into like this flap, someone's like, the uniform screaming. Huh?
Yeah, but I'm feeling pretty good now, but I'm definitely nowhere near what I want to be. So it's gonna be a good year.
And like I want to get back to 2019, but I want to fix the things that I was flawed in 2019 still. And so Tommy and I have decided that we are going to do what we are deeming the COVID cleanse.
Yeah.
All right. 2 years of this bullshit I don't give a fuck what Omnicron says. 2 years of this is enough.
Yeah.
And what we're going to do is we're going to document 1 year worth of just being fucking healthy.
Yeah. So we decided what we're gonna do is, we still are gonna uphold the alcohol, like we said we're gonna drink on here, absolutely, but we're only gonna drink on the show.
Yep.
So I know for a fact, I love drinking. It is one of my favorite pastimes. In no way am I an alcoholic or anything like that. It's just it's something that's fun. Like you're sitting there, you're just like gaming, sipping a beer. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like it is a fun just pastime for me. But gonna cut back on it, way back on it, and legit only drink on the show.
Yeah, and I think my thing is I'm just gonna find a low calorie alcohol,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just gonna like sip on a glass of whiskey or
Yeah.
what have you. So again, show's not necessarily changing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that whole series, like I said, it'll be a more spread out playlist,
I think
and
it's gonna be more like for the COVID cleanse. It's gonna be more like on our socials.
and
Like,
that's what I was getting
mm-hmm.
at is we're gonna be a lot more active on Instagram with that. We are gonna give updates on this show. We will
Mm-hmm.
have videos here and there about it. Like right before this show, I had this idea with Tommy of doing a boxing weigh-in. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna do like we're gonna find some type of fitness test, maybe do a couple,
Yeah.
and do one halfway through, and then at the end, and see how we progressed.
Yeah. The cool thing I want to do is like do it. Whatever we're thinking about a fitness test. We're not gonna do like the army fitness test or something like that because that shit's too easy to pass, and it's
Yeah,
you don't really show much progression no matter really what shape you're really in, except for maybe the run.
yeah.
Um, but like just I don't know some type of fitness test, and we're gonna do one in the beginning, 6 months in, and then at the end, and then completely see how we've went through the process.
I want to like I kind of want to find one that tests all aspects,
Mm-hmm.
but I also think it'd be really funny to do an NFL combine,
Yeah.
like a vertical, all this shit like
Even
uh
just do some like doing a Murph or something like that.
yeah,
Like doing a Murph in the beginning, halfway through, and at the end.
yeah, something like that. And but yeah, that like I said, there'll be maybe videos periodically here and there, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of Instagram. But the other thing is, we wanna have fan interaction, right? And
Yeah.
if you're kind of like, dude, I want to get my ass in shape too, this is a great time. We are embarrassing ourselves by like posting it all over social media, like um, our imperfections and all that. You don't have to do that,
Yeah.
but you can do it with us. And that's the other thing is I think we're gonna post workouts on Instagram.
Yeah. What we're gonna be doing that day.
Yeah, and like you can do it with us. You don't have to do it with us.
Mm-hmm.
You can track your progress with us if that's just what you want to do, or you can just laugh at us.
Yeah.
Either way, but that's the other thing. We're gonna mix in some comedy
Mm-hmm.
along with. I think it just be kind of cool to see what like how our process is, like our progress, like this time 2022.
Yeah.
Almost said 2023. I'm waiting for the next COVID this time next year.
Exactly. So we both have some goals that right now for us are kind of like I wouldn't say impossible, but it's like there's some like the goals like I have are just like there's no way I can do them currently, like at all.
Yeah.
They're almost outlandish, but like, they are, but we both talked about our goals and our goals are obtainable. It's just going to take a lot of time to get to there. So, you want to go with yours first or you want me to?
Go ahead, man.
Okay. So, currently right now I weigh about 189 to 192. Like I'm in the low 190s. Best day, dry as hell, dehydrated, 189. You know what I mean? So my goal is to get down to 175. But also though, if I can't, so the goal weight is 175, but that isn't
14 pounds isn't outrageous. I know some people are like
yeah,
that's not hard.
yeah.
The difference is you want to slim down,
Mm-hmm.
but you want to improve on your lean muscle mass.
Exactly. So, and then also I want to be able to hit the 1,000 pound club. So it's 3 lifts. It's a deadlift, squat, bench press. The 3 weights combined hit 1,000 pounds. I tried it overseas recently, and I'm nowhere there. My deadlift is way too weak. My squat is probably the weakest. In my bench, I think I hit max like 225.
Well, the great thing about squat and deadlift is
Mm-hmm.
they kind of go hand in hand. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So those are my goals. The weight thing, like, it isn't like I have to hit 175 because if I start putting on a lot of muscle, then it's gonna be kind of hard to be that slim and that strong at the same time. So it's kind of
yeah, shit's gonna change. But
yeah.
I think if you're a solid 180,
Mm-hmm.
like solid 180,
Yeah, I'm gonna be built like a rectangle.
yeah, there you go. No neck,
Yeah.
look like Ed from 90 Day Fiance.
Yeah.
Um,
So those are my goals. It's, they are obtainable, but it's not going to happen in a month. It's not going to happen 6 months in. It is legit going to be a full year for me, that I believe, to me to hit those goals.
Yeah, and what I think we need to do with you at least is we need to have you do your 1,000-pound club lifts in January.
Yeah.
So we know where you are. Then we can see if 1,000-pound is attainable in a year. Because I've been in that club.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen in 6 months.
No.
But it is attainable depending on where you start out, right?
Yeah.
But
I'm strong, but
I'm not saying you're not.
No. I'm just saying, like, it's just like, like, I just don't want to, like, be like, this dude can barely fucking lift up his body weight. Like, I definitely am, like, I have some good, weight on my lifts.
You bench as much as I do.
Yeah. So it's just, it's just for example, I know the squat is going to be the hardest thing for me to grow.
Yeah.
Because even at like 135, I get like, because I would do like 10 sets of 10 at 135. And like 4 sets in, I'm like, this is the worst thing I've ever done in my fucking life. And I'm only going to do 6 sets.
And that's what I'm getting at is like, one, we can track your progress.
Yeah.
Obviously. But it's definitely an attainable goal, man.
Yeah.
And I have no doubt that we can get you there. And then like mine is I've always kind of been the big guy, the big strong guy, big strong slow guy. Slow being, all capital, right? So my whole thing is I still want to be, and I say this in air quotes, like big, right? Because I'll be completely honest with you. I found out at work, people respect you more if you look strong.
Yeah, absolutely.
But what I really want to do is I don't want to worry about being strong. I want to lose some weight. I'm in the 240s. I want to aim for around 220. Around 220.
Yeah.
Give or take 5 pounds, I think.
And
I want to be fucking lean.
Yeah.
And I want to be a lot better at running. By no means.
I remember you talked about 2019, your peak performance.
Yeah.
You were huge.
Yeah.
Like, you were like
summer 2019, I was fucking gigantic, dude.
Yeah.
If I didn't have to worry about running, I'm not even kidding you. 2019, I probably would have been 290, 300 pounds.
Yeah, dude, you were getting gigantic, like in a good way though.
Yes.
Like not like, not fat or anything like that, but it's like you were putting on muscle, dude. And it was cool to see because like you were just like, all right, I'm gonna get fucking big. And then like
and like people, it's funny, I'd meet people and like, and that's what I'm getting at is like, when people know you take care of your body, instant respect.
Yeah.
And like, don't get me wrong, dude. If I didn't have to worry about cardio in my job, I would probably be sitting here like, what's going on, dude? And
that's my thing. I love cardio, dude. I run like 4 miles like twice a week just because it just feels good to me.
It's painful.
Oh, I can imagine. I'll get in right. It doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
When you're done, it feels good.
Well, I just mean for a guy like me, it's painful. It's painful on the joints. Even when I was light, like I remember when I was in the 190s, it was still painful.
Yeah.
Like it's funny with like runners, like people that are like, they come out of the womb with fucking Asics on their feet. Yeah. Like they're like, dude, everyone gives me their running secret to be a runner. And I've tried so many and I've just come to find out like you can run.
Yeah.
And you can be good at running, but some people are like they roll out of bed, they're like, I'm gonna run 6 miles today. But anyway, my goal is, I want to be around plus or minus 5, 220 range. I think that's attainable. I want to keep muscle mass. I mean, like I'm gonna lose some muscle mass. What I'm getting at is I want to worry about having showing off lean muscle mass. I want my gut to be in check. Yeah. 6-pack, we'll see. We'll see.
It's just
but I want to be able to see my midsection.
Yeah.
In some way.
It's just, you're in your late 20s. I'm in my 30s, dude. I'm just like, 6-pack is never near my future.
And here's the thing, like, I don't want to sound like an excuse because I'm going to try. I've tried in the past getting a 6-pack. Even back when we went through an assessment and I was burning 6,000 calories a day, like my body type, it's hard.
Oh yeah.
So that's why I don't want to sit here and say, oh, what I'm saying is I want my midsection to be very toned.
Yeah. And I think with this, like, because I always get like, I get the motivation. I do it for a couple months, and then like no one holds me accountable. So like, a weekend I go on a bender, and then that Monday I'm like, fuck no.
Yeah.
And then, and then it's just like, then it's like turns into weeks, and then I'm like, fuck, gained the 5 pounds. And then I get back on it again, and then like
It
it's just
hurts.
yeah, then it hurts, and then it's like my motivation's gone. So like right now, currently, this is the longest I've ever went without gaining any weight. Like
Yeah.
post deployment. There's always like pre deployment and post deployment weight. But this is the longest I've ever went without putting on any weight since I've been back. And I've been back for quite a few months now, so I'm happy where I'm at. So the motivation that I have now, I'm just carried into the new year, and then
And that's the thing. Now you and I have this relationship of like we can say whatever to each other.
yeah.
So us holding each other accountable,
Mm-hmm.
that'll be good. Like
Yeah.
that's the biggest thing. Like that's what I try to tell people. Like I started like really getting into lifting weights 2018. Beginning of 2018, and by the end of 2019, people are like, "Hey man, what's your secret, dude?" And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, "It's literally consistency.
Yeah.
That's what
And
it is."
that is what I absolutely like. It's just consistency, because like if any like because I have that mindset where I'm like, well, I have to do laundry when I get home. I don't want to be sore for that.
And like what it took for me was like, and this on the lifting aspect, and I need to transfer this mindset. Like I have to be honest with myself and
Mm-hmm.
look at my weaknesses. I have to transfer this mindset into cardio as well. Is if you get done with the day
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, there's not this voice in your head that's like bullying you, and you're like, you kind of feel uncomfortable and angry, and it's because you didn't get your workout in.
Yeah.
Once you get in that mindset, it's easy because it's
Mm-hmm.
like, I know it sounds unhealthy, but it's just the best way to explain it is like there's a voice in your head that is like talking shit, and you're kind of like, you
You're
got this,
such a piece of shit right now.
you
Like,
got this weird storm cloud above your head, and you're like, I didn't get a fucking workout. And
yeah.
like, and once you get to that point, it's easy because you have like wired your mind to like, my day's not a good day unless I get my workout in.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we kind of got off on a tangent on working out, but that's kind of that's gonna be our long term
Mm-hmm.
thing we're doing next year. Is that, and I encourage anybody to do it with us. Set some type of goal that is believable,
Mm-hmm.
realistic, and something to help you better yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. If you
And
guys want, you can put your goals in the comment section. We'll probably snip this and put it on Instagram
yeah,
if you want, and just put your goals in there, and just next year check that and see how you did.
yeah, trust me, like we're all in this together. Whoever
Yeah.
wants to do it with us.
The biggest thing I'm not looking forward to is, I guess we are doing that type of New Year, New You type of thing. And I already know the gyms are going to be fucking packed. So
So
that's what I'm not looking forward to. But we
so
both have our own personal gyms.
my thing with the new year, new me,
Mm-hmm.
it's a love hate with me because I never want to bully someone for wanting to better themselves, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna have a wake up call.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I was average Joe. Like I did just enough to not get in trouble in the military.
Yeah.
And then like end of 2017, something just turned on.
Yeah.
And I went for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you never know. Like someone might have that moment and that's it, right?
Yeah. Just need a reason to change themselves.
My thing with New Year, New Me, it's usually people that don't work out. We
Yeah.
we work out.
Yeah.
I would just argue like I'll be honest. The last few months I've been in a maintain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I haven't
And
really
that's
been
where I've been at
improving
too.
myself. I've just
I
been
haven't
so
been improving.
busy.
I've just been maintaining.
Just like I need to get out and run for 20 minutes
Mm-hmm.
because I'm fucking exhausted.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
And so what I'm really getting at is I wouldn't say it's a New Year, New Me because we are already pretty physically fit.
Yeah.
We just want to be more physically fit. But I don't want to discourage anyone for not doing New Year, New Me because New Year, New Me is awesome. But the moment you quit on it, then yes, you become it, like it becomes a joke, right?
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
But if you just put in like I don't know, write it down on your fucking in your car, like someplace you're in almost every day,
Mm-hmm.
and write that down. Like I'm not gonna quit. I don't want to be a New Year, New Me joke.
Yep. Yeah. It's true. It's just holding yourself accountable. That's what we're lucky to have each other to do that.
And like, well, I'll end it here. If you find yourself with a lack of motivation, comment in our exercise posts, and we will fucking DM you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That'd be funny.
I'm serious. Like, hey man, I'm lacking motivation.
Hey, you piece of shit.
I just it's Thursday. I haven't worked out all week. I fucking just don't know what's wrong with me, and we'll fucking DM you.
Yeah.
Not even kidding.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we'll leave it there on that. That was kind of a longer part, and just kind of wrapping up near the end. The last thing we're gonna do is we're going to start a Discord at the end of the year, at the beginning of the year. And for people that may not know what a Discord is,
Like me.
so think of like a group text amongst like YouTubers,
like a community, yeah.
Yeah, but like think of this, it's like a massive group text for people that might be into like a certain video game, a certain group. Podcasters and YouTubers have them.
Yeah.
So what I do is it's a way for maybe like that YouTuber you like to interact with your fans and just things like that, or get into a group of like-minded people.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is, and we'll announce when it's up, we're going to start our own Brodega Discord.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be completely free. A lot of people, you make it pay $1 or whatever. We're not fucking doing that.
Yeah.
It'll be completely free to join. It'd just be like one massive group text, essentially, meme it up. And it's just a way for us to interact. So that's another way. Like if you're like, hey, I'm not feeling motivation in the Discord, that is a great way to get in contact with like-minded people like you and us.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's the best way to explain it. It's like a gigantic group text for like that certain topic that you're into. Like for instance, I'm into miniatures. There's a lot of miniature Discords out there.
Yeah. And like I'm like big in Apex, so like there's quite a few groups I follow on
Yeah.
Apex.
And it goes on and on. There's you like to 3D print.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
there's
I'm in a few groups of that too.
yeah, there's guys that you pay $1 and you can get their 3D printing STLs on Discord.
Yeah.
So that's really what it is. It's just like if like maybe you want a good laugh, what have you, a good discussion. Go ahead and join. Like I said, we'll post it on here when on the show when it's up, and also on Instagram.
Yep.
And then that's about it. So I know this wasn't as funny, as interactive as it usually is, but I don't know. I feel like we had to look in the mirror and find a way to grow and go in the direction of what Tommy and I have this vision of it being.
Yep.
And this is the next step. By no means is this show going to deteriorate because of that stuff. If anything, I think it will elevate it.
Yeah.
And
just get a lot more of us.
Yeah. And I think a lot of it's constructive. And I'm looking forward to it. Tommy, I know you're going to spend time with your family in the holidays. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna post some stuff on Instagram, things like that, just to make sure we're still out there. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take a hiatus, and the new year we're gonna hit this fucking thing strong.
Yeah, with everything we talked about. So it's gonna be, as we just said, new year, new me. It's gonna be a lot more active on all platforms that we're on. So
yeah, and I appreciate anybody that watches the whole thing. I appreciate anybody that sticks with us after this hiatus. What Tommy and I talked about when we started this show was not being those guys that do 5 episodes and quit.
Yeah.
That's not us. So, but we still have to make it worthwhile, right?
Yeah. Because at a certain point, I mean, if we're not growing, we're not really, it's kind of like, in no way, like we're saying, like we don't want to do it for the, the 12 listeners that we have currently, or the 12 viewers, but I'm just saying, like, you want to be, we put a lot of time in this, a lot of money into this. We want to grow, And we want, you guys who are, the original people listening to see like what it was and then what it's going to become, and hopefully you guys see that whole transformation with us.
And that's a big thing for you OG listeners listening. You're the ones that can be our Discord, give you Discord rights. You'll be able to have certain access like that.
Mm-hmm.
We recognize who you are, and we have not forgot that love and support that you've shown to us. We just want to reach more people like you.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So yeah, that, like I said, thank you. It's more informational. We should let everybody that it has been following, watching the show religiously, where we stand, where we're going with the show. I think we're going in a great direction.
Yeah.
And lastly, so Tommy, he's a bit of a Grinch. He's
yeah.
He's not huge on the holidays. Not that he hates Christmas. He just doesn't get all freaking like, kind of like what we talked about in the Halloween episode, how both of us are kind of like, I don't know what's up with Halloween. He's kind of like that.
Yeah.
With Christmas. I go full stupid. I love Christmas. And the main thing is, like, it's not the presents, shit like that. It's just the mindset that the whole, I would say, world, because this time of year, most religions and cultures are in the same type of thing. But I'll at least say the country. The whole country is in this mindset. Rest.
Yeah.
Don't be an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like peace on earth type stuff.
It's a great time of the year, I will admit. And, it's not that I hate Christmas. It's just, I don't know. I don't like getting things. And I just don't like, because if I ever wanted it or ever needed it, I'll make sure I get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not really a pride thing. It's just like you ain't got to worry about me type of thing. You know what I mean?
And I get that. Like, and obviously I'm poking fun.
Yeah.
I get that. It just, I know, like, every year I map out what Christmas movies I'm watching. Like, I just love this year, like this time of year.
I don't even have a Christmas tree up. So I'm like, I'm not even going to be here.
I have so many Christmas trees. I was going to give him one if he would just fucking take it.
Yeah.
And, I was thinking, he's like, why do you have 2 Christmas trees? I was like, actually I have 4. You know? And, I just, that's my main thing. It's not necessarily like the presents or anything. It's legitimately the theme.
I do enjoy the time with people.
Right?
Absolutely. Like, I definitely enjoy that. That is what I'm here for. And I can get into the spirit. I'm not a huge fan of Christmas, but like,
yeah, I'm
also not going to be like an asshole during Christmas. Like, but I'm just like,
I know what you're saying. I'm obviously just was talking a little shit. And, and my whole thing is I've been trying to do the whole like Cindy Lou Who thing. Like, I'm going to get you into Christmas. And I told him, I was like, you don't have to get me a gift. I'm getting you a gift for Christmas. I'm going to get you on the fucking podcast. And I was
like, God fucking damn it.
That's the thing, man. Like, I didn't get you anything. Like, I'm not about to wheel in a fucking pony. All right. I was like, hey, like, that's the thing with gifts. If someone, like, I hate when people say it's not much. Mm-hmm. If you thought about getting me a fucking gift, it's much. Mm-hmm. That's the thing. It's all the thought. Like, trust me, there's gifts like I don't use, but I'm like, thank you for thinking of me.
Absolutely, yeah.
And so I was like, I'm getting you a fucking gift, dude. It's not big. Mm-hmm. We've talked about man caves and all that, right?
Yeah.
You got into 3D printing, and I had, so in Apex, each character has like what's called an heirloom, some special item, right? Yeah. And you're big in the character Bloodhound, and I found an actual metal fucking hatchet, Bloodhound hatchet. I was gonna get you.
Yeah.
And then you fucking 3D printed your own.
Yeah. Let me see this right here.
Yeah.
Sorry if I can see you. Just like a hatchet. I just print off legit 4 of these for Gage.
Yeah.
He can't pick them up today.
So I was like, God damn it. Well, then like I said, I wasn't going to do anything like, stupid. Like, sometimes people are like, well, now I got to match it. No, I just, something to say, thanks. Mm-hmm. Then I was going to get you maybe like a Bloodhound fucking Funko or something. Shipping's a nightmare right now.
Oh yeah.
And I sat back and thought about it. I was like, you're doing your man cave. You fucking love Apex.
Yeah.
You know, you're really into that. You always got Apex wallpaper up here right now.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd add to that heirloom thing you got because I think this heirloom will be hard to 3D print
Okay.
because it moves.
All right.
I didn't wrap it. Go ahead.
All right. That's pretty legit on the sheath. It's Octane's blood or heirloom.
Yep, and now it's not a real knife, so it's
Yeah.
a Octane switchblade. He's got this like
Yeah.
gold and silver switchblade.
That's legit, dude.
Yeah, so it's fucking metal and all that. I was
Yeah.
actually impressed with that.
Fuck, dude.
And one thing is, in the picture they had it on a stand, and I thought a stand was gonna come with it, but then I remembered you got 3D printer.
Print one, yeah. This
So-
is legit. Thanks, dude.
Yeah, man. So like I said, it's nothing extravagant. It's just something to say thanks and something you can add to your man cave, put next to your freaking tomahawk you got up there.
Hell yeah, dude.
And
I got yours. It's in my pants.
Yeah.
So to start off the Oasis, back to Lowe's gift card, $50 hairs,
I appreciate it, brother.
and going to read that.
To a bitch from your boy.
So yeah, it's $50. It'll probably pay for the drywall or something like that. But it's to legit start the Oasis and everything like that. Because I'm like, I know it's your place, but I'm fully invested into doing that thing.
Oh, and I want you to be able to come over and hang out in that. That's the
Absolutely,
whole
yeah.
point. So
Yeah.
I really appreciate this, man.
Yeah, dude.
You know, like not to get all fucking sentimental, but I'm a type of dude that doesn't have. I'm not that guy that needs to be surrounded by 20 fucking people.
Yeah.
I'm really selective, and like I'm nice to everybody, but I'm really selective in who I spend my time with.
Yep.
Because, you know, like it's funny, like you do a lot of things for people, and the moment they need you, they're not there, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
You've been ride or die since we fucking went to school
Yeah.
together. Like we knew each other, but like when we went to school and we were forced to hang out with each other, figured out what you're about. There's very few people I've started a podcast with, man.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Thanks, dude.
Thanks for doing this fucking podcast with me.
Sure, man.
And thank you to everybody
Absolutely.
out there watching that's been sticking with us. We haven't forgot about you. We just want to give you a better product.
Yep. And yeah, so we're gonna end off there. Happy holidays, everybody, and we will see you in the new year.
Yeah, peace out. We'll see you January 3rd.
Yep. See you later.